That's kind of where the internet mentality has gone. It's like, you're guilty and you screwed me over and you're scamming me. And that's like the initial reaction. If they didn't get their email, they didn't get a response from you within 5 seconds of them sending a DM, then you're scamming them and you're a bad person. That's the wrong mentality, guys. If you're running around the internet thinking everybody's up to scam you and everybody's up to get you, out to get you, you need to maybe rethink the way that you're doing things for people. Usually the people that think they're getting scammed are the people that do the scamming. The Radium Podcast, episode 86. I'm back. I'm back to talk about something that I shouldn't have to talk about, which is your musical mindset, the way that you approach people, the way that you approach this industry, your success in music, the way you talk to people, you know, the way you approach asking people for help or feedback or criticism or whatever. I shouldn't have to bring this up, but there's always that 5-10% of people that are they're just not understanding these very basic principles in the music business or any business. You know, just recently, I've just kind of had an influx of just ungrateful people. And also just people that I feel like have, I don't know what it is. They have this like mindset that somebody owes them something, or that if they hit me up for a question and I don't answer it the way they wanted me to answer it, or anybody, right? Like another producer, engineer, whatever. It's like they ask a question, they DM them, they ask for help, they ask for feedback. And if that person doesn't answer them the way that they think that they should be answered and talked to, they just throw fits. They throw fits. They get really unprofessional. They get derogatory. They get finger pointy and blamey and call names and try to put people down. I'm telling you right now, it's just it'll never happen for you if that's the way you do business or you even talk to anybody or any relationship. And like I said, I don't want to talk about this. I don't think that this is something that you should have to talk about. But I'm realizing now that the internet is making things very skewed, right? It's like people are forgetting that humans are on the other side of that DM, that text, that that message, right? It's kind of incredible. People throwing fits on the internet and expecting so much, like, oh, you're putting music out, so you think that everyone should go listen to it and pay you respect and give you money and, answer all your questions and, give you feedback and sit and like give you a breakdown of your business and what you should do and how you should do it step by step. Like, you guys, come on. It's just kind of getting ridiculous. So I just wanted to jump in here and talk about some mindset stuff that could help you, right? That could really help you get a career going in music, or maybe just like holding a reputation in music, because the music industry, as big as you think it is, it's very small. The people that are actually doing it and playing in the game, they all know each other. I mean, any of these internet beat makers and internet guru guys on YouTube and stuff, they know each other. They all mess with each other. They get each other on each other's podcast. They're like, yeah, I know him. He knows me. We sold beats on BeatStars, and then we did this. And same thing with composers. If you're a TV composer, you know a bunch of other TV composers, right? If you're a music producer, songwriter that's working in songwriting camps and production camps for labels and stuff, all these guys know each other, right? So you have to understand, first of all, it's like a small neighborhood, right? So when you go up to your neighbor and you're like, hey man, can you help me figure out how to plant all my plants in the back? And your neighbor's like, yeah, I'd love to help you. But, maybe my first question is, have you ever planted plants? And dude, fuck you. Well, you think I haven't planted plants before? I'm sorry for even asking. Like, if you come at people like that, like, your neighbor's probably going to be like, yo, tell the other neighbors, that guy, freaked out on me because I didn't give him the answer he wanted, right? So I guess the number one thing is just to be nice, be kind to people, right? I feel like the internet has gotten to a point where we don't think that there's people on the other side. We just think it's like, oh, we're playing this game online, like it's an online game or something. Luckily Clubhouse, things like Clubhouse where people are talking and they're chatting and they're having conversations, we can understand it's another person because you hear their voice, you hear their inflections, you hear their tones and all that stuff. But in Instagram and in Facebook and like DMs and posts and people talking on posts, you just don't get that, right? And sometimes people misconstrue like a simple thing like getting some feedback and not getting the feedback they want for like, oh, that's, I had a guy the other day tell me like, well, that's just some lame feedback. Work on my brand. That's lame, bro. What do you want me to do? You want me to give you a master class on your branding and break down everything for you? Yeah, why don't I just spend my time, 30, 40 minutes, an hour? You came to me, asked me a question, and I answered your question. Why get mad at me? Why throw fists at people, right? So that's the first thing. Like, just be nice to people. Have some understanding and some compassion. If you reach out to a producer, a composer that's a little bit further along than you are, don't expect them to even hit you back, right? Second thing is treat this like a business, like any business, right? And any business, we have sales, we have marketing, we have sales departments where you're cold calling, you're following up with people, you're texting them, you're DMing them, you're calling them, and you're leaving messages, and you're constantly trying to follow up with them, whether they want you to follow up with them or not. That's how you make a deal. That's how you close business. That's how you run a business, no matter what year we're in, right? So if you're going to hit someone up one time, they don't answer you on a DM randomly that you randomly sent to their DM. If they don't answer you, you have no reason to go blow up on them. Like follow up through email. Most people's emails are on their Instagram, right? You just go to the email tab, email them. Follow up with them in a different way. See if you can get their phone number, right? Like call them, make a cold call. Talk to people, add value, offer them something that's valuable to them. Hey man, I'd love to do some editing for you, some vocal editing for you for free. Hey man, I'd love to clean up your Logic sessions and set up some sessions for you. I'm really good at that and I'd do it for you for free, or take an internship position with you. I'd love to help out around the studio. I'd love to help you with something that you don't want to necessarily be doing. All right. That's a great way to talk to somebody that's further ahead than you, right? There's a lot of things you can do to add value and find ways to connect with people, but treat it like a business. You need to follow up with people, right? It takes 5 to 12 follow-ups for someone to finally, close a deal with you or do business with you, or maybe even give you a chance, maybe even give you an opportunity to have a phone call with them, right? So treat it that way. Don't just blow up on them because they never got back to your DM that you sent them a month ago. And you're like, that guy's avoiding me, and why are you being a dick? Nobody's checking their DMs all the time and going, oh, I'm gonna be a dick on purpose. No, it's just most people that are at a successful position, making good money with their music or their business, they're busy and they're looking for the cream that rises to the top. The people that are following up, the people that have value to offer. Little story about that. I had a guy that interned with me. French kid interned with me at Radium for over 2 years. And his IG is at Esper now, but his name's Max Margot. He's a really good kid. Love him. Max, if you're watching this, shouts to you. But he reached out to me and he followed up and he followed up and he followed up. And he would see a story that I was putting up on mixing or something, and he would respond to it. And he would say, hey man, I'm still interested in helping you out. I want to help you out. I'll do anything. I'll come by the studio. I'll clean your studio. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Here's my skill set. Here's what I could help with. And he just continually hit me up, offering help. Not saying, hey man, can you check out my mixes and give me feedback, and then calling me a dickhead for not getting right back to him, right? So that's something that was really effective, I think, is when you want to reach out to people that are above you. You want to get a feature on your track. You want to get some feedback from a producer that you look up to or admire. You want to get an artist or songwriter's opinion on something that you think that they're much further ahead of you. Then follow up with them and offer them value over and over and over again, right? So that's a big part of this, and I think that works really, really well. And then the last thing that I would say overall is just when you put stuff out or you talk to anybody, think about the fact that you're talking to somebody that could be changing your life, Always have respect for people. Sort of think that everybody's guilty until proven innocent. That's kind of where the internet mentality has gone. It's like, you're guilty and you screwed me over and you're scamming me. And that's like the initial reaction. If they didn't get their email, they didn't get a response from you within 5 seconds of them sending a DM, then you're scamming them and you're a bad person. They won't go and Google you. They won't do their due diligence. They won't hit up your email or try to contact you with all of your contact information everywhere. They'll literally go on your posts and they'll start putting things like, you're a scam artist. This guy effed me over, you know? And it's like, that's the wrong mentality, guys. If you're running around the internet thinking everybody's up to scam you and everybody's up to get you, out to get you, you need to maybe rethink the way that you're doing things for people, you know, and to people, because usually the people that think they're getting scammed are the people that do the scamming, right? They're the ones that are always scamming people. It's like, you know, the people that think that people are talking shit about them, they're the ones that talk shit about people behind their back, right? The ones that gossip all the time think everybody else is a gossip. It's kind of a reflection of you and who you are. So come at it from a perspective of, hey, maybe this, maybe something went wrong. I should reach out to that person, right? If someone didn't get back to you, an A&R or someone you were reaching out to get a feature on, etc., they didn't get back to you right away, like hit them up nicely, right? Make sure you connect with them on different platforms rather than just DM. But that's it. Those are my tips. Just be a good human. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm really tired of having, you know, to talk to people, that 5%, that 10% where I have to talk them off a ledge, or they think I'm just being an asshole for some reason because I didn't get back to them, or I didn't give them the answer they wanted or the feedback that they demanded that I give them. It doesn't work like that, guys. And if you're playing the victim, if you're a victim and you're going to be victimized all the time and you're going to play the victim and this is everybody's out to get you, then you're always going to be the victim. You're never going to be successful. I promise you. There's nobody out in the world that is successful that is a victim that sits around and gets victimized and talk about how everything's happening to them and everyone's out to get them. It just doesn't work. And if they're successful, like rich or have money, I promise you they're not full on 360 degrees successful. They're not happy people, you know? So keep aware of that stuff. And this podcast is really just, you know, I guess my way of getting out there and talking to people on a larger scale, because this just keeps happening. And I think the more people get to know you, or the more that you put stuff out there, the more you market, the more you build your business, and the more success you get, the more people just hate you for no reason whatsoever. They don't know you. They've never sat down and talked to you. They've never gone on a phone call with you. They've never had any sort of conversation with you or met you in real life, but they hate you because you want to build a business, or because, you know, when you say you want to help people by building a business and getting a product in someone's hands, they think that you're not helping people. You're just trying to make money. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. Business, you have to make enough money so that you can help more people. That's how you hire employees. That's how you support people's families, right? You give them jobs. You know, and if they don't want to take the job, they can become an entrepreneur and they can build their business and do whatever they want to do. They can help themselves or they can help other people around them. But successful businesses always solve problems. They always help people. And that's what we're out to do here. You know, I'm never out to scam anybody. I'm never out to take advantage of anybody, put anyone down or make them feel lesser. I'm out to help people. I'm just trying to help as many people that really want the help as possible, rather than the people that are just demanding the help and are going to be ungrateful for it or hate you for no reason. It's just kind of incredible. So that's it. My rant is over and this podcast is over and it's wrapped, and it's a short one, but I love you guys, all you guys and girls out there that are supporting, you know, businesses, small businesses, entrepreneurs that are really trying to get out there and help and teach people what they know, the skills they know, making master classes, making, you know, plugins and tutorials and YouTube videos and, you know, their information, their knowledge and their experience, and sharing it with the world. Like, encourage them. Keep commenting on their stuff, like their stuff, push their stuff out to more people, because that's how love comes back around. And stop hating.